Hello, dearest friends, beautiful souls of love and light. This is Nanari, Princess of the Sea, coming to you with a new video. And this day, as we are coming to yet another grand sextile energy portal alignment that is coming up here on 25th of August, 2013, I have been called by someone and by Source itself, Spirit itself, Master Artist itself, to record this. And this is going to be a background of some information having to do with the Merkaba or Merkava energy. This also has to do with the alignment of the grand sextile, which is the Merkaba energy or Merkava energy. And also within it, the energy of alignment or realignment in a form of a meditational prayer as per Lord Kuthumi or Kuthumi. So I want to start by sharing with you how this came about, and then about my initiation into this, and about the Merkaba or Merkaba energy. How this came about is a few weeks ago, I had a woman who is a friend of mine on Facebook message me privately with her realignment prayer that she had come channeling through her. And she requested that I listen to it and that I utilize it for healing. And I had just come through a series of shifting some healing in my own personal life, and I was and already am in a space of, healing, and everything being fully aligned and healed and realigned and healed. And so she had written me back saying that she knew this, saying that she had worked with my higher self, and she knew who I am. And she had said, "My blessings to you, Lord Kuthumi," or Kuthumi, depending on how you pronounce it. Now, this shocked me because I have been free from publicly coming out with this at all until now, that she saw me for who I am. And so I will give a little bit of a background about that and how that came into being. About 15 years ago, 16 years ago now or so maybe, I had my mentor. I was being mentored by a shaman. And this shamanic healer, she initiated me into a shamanic initiation, rite of passage. And it was also a vision questing. And so in this vision quest, I was anointed with a crown, but free from being a crown like, we consider from, this aspect of, royalty type of a crown. This crown was a crown of light and a crown of love surrounding this light. And I heard the mantra, I am all that is, I am love, I am light. And upon coming out of this initiation, I was gifted not only by my mentor, my shaman healer, as well as one woman in particular who was there that evening during this ceremony, and several others who had come up to me and said that I was the world teacher, I was the Christ consciousness teacher, that I am the spiritual mother of all, was what this other woman had said. And so when I received this, both the mantra, the initiation, and the comments, what had then come to me later on in my dreamtime state was Lord Kuthumi, or Kuthumi, came to me and fully blended within my consciousness, and I am this. Now, again, this happened 15, 16 years ago, and I have never shared this with anyone other than the people who were there, which I've long since, gone out of my life. That shaman mentor, she has now on the other side, and, those who were there and what have you, we've, all moved on in our lives and what have you. So I've never shared that with anyone until I'm doing this recording here now. And so for this woman to come to me, I was quite taken back at first because I was like, wow, she really saw me. She really sees me. She really sees who I am. And so then my mantra evolved into adding this along with it. I am all that is. I am love. I am light. I am whole, perfect, complete, and beautiful simply as I am. So it was the completion of the mantra that I had not received that I got, several years later and incorporated it within that. Now, interestingly enough, what had happened was is I had started having memory recall, which often happens when you embody the essence and you realize that this is who you were and are in other lives, because all of our lives are being lived right now at once. There is no past or future. It's all right now in multi dimensions and parallel universes and infinite dimensions and whatnot. And so upon having this recall, I realized that as Lord Kuthumi, that I am this world teacher. I am Lord Kuthumi, Lord Kuthumi. And the mantra that I received, I am light, or I am that I am, is the light of the Christ consciousness. And I then started having other memory recall of the fact that the golden, it's either yellow or golden, but it's golden the way it was presented to me. The golden ray of light that comes through is the golden ray, unicorn ray of light. And Kathumi, or Kathumi's castle, is this castle that's in the clouds. And just recently, a woman who I've taken under my wing and mentor, that I consider my spiritual daughter, had come to me and said, I keep seeing this castle in the clouds, which is really in Lemuria, but also etherically and spiritually has its roots in Lord Kuthumi's castle. And so it's the rainbow light codes, and I've always been drawn to rainbows. And part of who I am as the essence of Nanari in Lemuria was I am the giver of rainbows. And so years ago, when my children were younger, they used to, when we'd see the rainbows, hey, Mom, look, Mommy, your rainbows are here. You're the giver of rainbows. So he used to say that to me all the time. And so it's this central sun, this light of love, which is source, that is the golden ray, unicorn ray. And then it was also significant because in my memory recall and what have you, I was putting all the pieces of the puzzle together in the fact that since I was a small child, as far back as I can remember, 4, 5, 6 years old, the unicorn has always been my spiritual totem. And then later on, as I, evolved, I also had the dolphin come to me as well. But my initial was the unicorn, and I often called her Peggy as a child. And as a child, the unicorn was my main animal totem, and I drew from the horn's essence. And the animal was the way I could connect and speak telepathically. And the unicorn, or Peggy, would help me, the unicorn energy, the unicorn totem would help aid me in my out-of-body experiences, in my astral projections, and how I would unconsciously go out of my body for the first time in an out-of-body experience that I recall at the age of 9 when I was in grade 4 on the playground at school. And then also it had its other utilizations for in the physical abuse that I received with my mom beating me as a child and whatnot. I would close my eyes, and with Peggy's assistance, I would astrally project my spirit form out of my body and my soul out of my body so that I would be free from picking up on that. And I would have memory recalls of being in Lemuria and flying around on Peggy and being with the elementals and whatnot, and being able to allow the body to do its thing for the abuse that, I was receiving, and, then be able to soul travel. And so that was my early memories of that. And so the unicorn itself has the ability to make dreams come true, has the ability to restore broken spirits, has you help with your own personal power, which can be unlimited. It's wonderful for connecting with, again, the Fae and the elementals, and I often did that. And the unicorn energy can also be utilized to affect weather patterns, and I've done that many times through my life, and I've spoken about that in my second book, Stepping into Spiritual Oneness, in which I talk about how I did an experiment with a friend of mine when I was raising my boys. We had a homeschooling park day group that I was leader of, and we were debating on whether we would meet that day because the weather was looking rather, grim. And I simply visioned sunny weather. And my friend who lived about 60 kilometers south of me, it was pouring rain over where she was, and it was sunny where we were. So she had come up and we had our park day group and whatnot. And then as soon as everything was starting to end, I basically said to, Source, okay, whenever you want to make it rain, go ahead. And within 10-15 minutes after we left the park, it rained. So unicorn energy is very powerful for that. Now, the spiral horn of the unicorn can heal and neutralize what we call, from an earthly standpoint, as poisons, any disease, whatnot. The unicorn horn is very good for. And it also helps with your own healing abilities in that sense. And so the unicorn was always, within me. And I realized as I received this initiation and putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, that the unicorn essence of the golden ray, the golden rainbow ray of the unicorn energy, of the rainbow light codes, is Lord Kuthumi or Kathumi. And so just to give you a brief explanation of who Lord Kuthumi is, or Kuthumi, and also what his name truly means. And then we will go into speaking about the Merkava as well. So Lord Kuthumi or Kuthumi, depending on how you pronounce it. Kathumi, as in pronouncing it as Kuthumi, means the soul through me. And the reason is because Ka, when you speak of the Merkaba energy or Merkava energy, Ka means spirit or soul essence. So it's the spirit and soul essence as one. And so the Ka in Kathumi would mean then soul. So it's the kathumi or soul through me. Now, if you pronounce it as kathumi, you can also say then it would be the soul to me, or coming to me in or of the soul or through the soul. Now, interestingly enough, someone messaged me and asked me about the difference between what the soul is and what the spirit is. So in that, I would like to share with you the wisdom upon that as well, tied in with it. The soul is the essence of infinite consciousness that we are. The spirit is the ethereal being that we see that is of the soul essence. Example of this would be, for instance, when someone sees their mum in spirit that has crossed over, what they're seeing is the shape or the form of who they were as their mum in a ghostly-like form. So soul essence is formless. And so it's the infinite consciousness, and so it will come through as that. The spirit itself will come through as our filters of who we knew that spirit to be of that soul. So Lord Kuthumi or Kuthumi, he is the world teacher. He is the Christ consciousness. He is the one of the golden ray of light, of the golden robe, the spiritual council that was dedicated to helping for the spiritual development and all spiritual teaching throughout the world and the cosmos. Initiates of this golden ray of light, or these golden robes, often take on the burdens of humanity and the world and have dedicated themselves to a spiritual level of helping for the evolution of our planet. And so that's definitely who I am. And I also resonate with the many lives that Lord Kuthumi has had as well. Past incarnations, they call it, but really other lives are, again, as I said, just living right here, right now, all in this moment. I have always resonated with St. Francis of Assisi and have often had dreams and visions of being him and experiences that. Pythagoras, even though in this life I have zero understanding of Pythagorean theorem, it has translated into my youngest son, Anthony, though he is a wizard at any of that. That said, I do have memories of the introduction of sacred geometry during the time of Pythagoras and being known for that and actually accessing it. And that's part of how I hear music, the music of the spheres or the music of the cosmos, the cosmic energy. And I also resonate very much with Bach and Pachelbel and other classical music, and have had inklings and visions of being those type beings. And so all of that energy is within me as well. There was also the life in which Shah Jahan, the prince who had the Taj Mahal built for his wife and who was his soulmate, really was a beautiful, and I remember actually being that. So I have that essence within me. And it has been said that Lord Kuthumi or Kuthumi fully ascended as an ascended master in the late 1800s. Now, that said, which parlays into ascended masters and things that we'll go into having to do with that very soon. But I want to talk about the Merkava energy now. And if you want to know more about Lord Kuthumi or Kuthumi, you may access that through doing some research. It has been said that Lord Kuthumi's twin flame or twin soul is here in this incarnation on this earth, assisting with the help of guiding humanity in this spiritual awakening. And so, yes, my twin soul is here on this earth and doing that in his own form or fashion. So now that said, to branch into the Merkaba or Merkava energy that we're going to be doing of this alignment prayer. Now, when this woman who came to me from the UK and requested that I listen to her realignment prayer and then as Lord Kuthumi channel through as one with Source and Lord Kuthumi what this was meant to be, to do so through me, as Source through me to help others with this shift in consciousness, I received that I was to do this in the essence of Lord Kuthumi and the Merkaba or Merkaba energy. And because of her saying what she said to me, in awakening or reawakening that, so to speak, from an earthly standpoint, in acknowledging the essence of who I am. Now, the Merkaba or Merkaba energy is our light body. It is our spiritual essence. Now, Mer means light, Ka means spirit or soul, as we spoke about, and Ba means being. So it's really being that essence of love and light in the soul of who we are. And it's surrounded by the illuminating wheels of light, wheels upon wheels, spirals of energy infinitely as the DNA and in the chakras, which transports the spiritual soul and the physical body into one. It merges us into utilizing the body for what it is, which is a vehicle for the soul, the light body essence. It brings us into our light body essence. It also has us have the ability to astrally travel and to multidimensionally travel and to step into the rainbow codes, the rainbow light codes. Now, within the golden rainbow unicorn ray light codes of the central sun of Lord Kuthumi, there are 12 essences of these light codes: freedom, appreciation, love, giving, inspiration, truth, creativity, music of the spheres, forgiveness, compassion, balance, harmony, and resonance, all as one, and lightness, having to do with laughter and being light or being in the Merkaba energy. Surrounded within these 12 golden ray unicorn essences, the golden unicorn ray essences, these rainbow light codes, is surrounded in this is your torus energy field. And that encompasses 4 essences, which is the heart chakra, the heart center, the golden ray rainbow light, which consists of all of the infinite colors, even beyond our spectrum of physical eyesight. This is the seeing beyond the seeing, the intuitive seeing, as we say it, the intuitive knowing. The heart of Mother Princess Gaia as one with Father Prince Sky. And the heartbeat of the cosmos, which is also known as Sheekna Ayjana, or the universal heart. Now, what these rainbow codes do, along with the horn energy of the unicorn, as I said, the spiral horn of the unicorn can heal and shift resonances within you having to do with what we call from an earthly standpoint as poisons or things that seem to be, from an earthly standpoint, as misaligned, things needing to be in realignment. And so within that, it helps us to rid or throw away notions of wrong perceptions and step into a resonance of who we really are, which is infinite healing. And those four essences that, or notions that we are to shift out of, is losing of the ego self, in the sense of, not that the ego is to like go away, but that the ego is to be merged into love and merged into oneness, understanding that we are already and always are connected and interconnected. We are interconnected and interdependent upon each other, with the cosmos, with the universe, with Source itself. So the other essence that we rid of, or the notion that we rid of and transform using the unicorn horn energy, is that of being fully human, in the sense that we understand that we are a spiritual being having a human experience. And within having that human experience, we rest, or remember, embrace, and soulfully treasure who we are as the spiritual being. So in other words, the soul is in the driver's seat rather than the body. The soul is in the driver's seat rather than the body. The body is simply the vehicle or the temple that we utilize for the soul to experience this journey. But it's really the soul that is in the driver's seat. And what does that mean? Living from the soul and being from the soul means the soul has no agenda other than what is in the benefit for all, which includes you, because you are part of the all. Yes, you are part and one with all. So that is the second essence. Now, the other notion or essence that we shift out of or align with, leaving and shifting into a place of oneness with the unicorn energy, the unicorn horn energy of this golden ray of Lord Kuthumi, is that we are here as living beings. There's no distinction. All is soul and all is spirit and alive. There is no such thing as an inanimate object. And as a child, I remember I was often teased by my brother relentlessly and others because I would often talk to my stuffed animals. I would talk to my closet doors. I would talk to my chairs. I would talk to my bed. I would talk to, all these things that we perceive as inanimate objects. They are free from being inanimate objects. Everything has a soul, has a spirit, has a name. And so when we come into that resonance, we realize that we are everything. We are a flower, we are a mineral, we are nature, we are inanimate objects. We are one with it because we are this. And so to protect human is to protect all and respect all in all of its forms, which means the mineral and the nature and what we call inanimate is not inanimate. And so when we do this and we shed this, we release this, we become less proud in arrogance. We are less arrogant. We become humble and we harmonize with life. Then the fourth thing that we shed is this fact that there is no death. There is really no death. There is no birth. We just infinitely transfer our essence and transform our essence into another essence. So therefore, there is no annihilating, there is no destroying, nothing is ever lost, nothing is ever gone. It just simply changes or transforms its essence into another form. So an example of this is if we look at a flame of a match. Where did the flame come from when it was lit, and where have you gone when it's out? In between those two is an understanding and an inner knowing that there's just an isness. And that isness is understanding that the flame is never gone. It just transformed into another form when it's not lit or when it's lit. The flame itself is still there. So you can know in that inner knowing that it's there. You just may not see it in the form that you're used to seeing it of being lit, but you know it's there. And once you resonate within the natural essence of that flame, it transforms into its essence. You can do that by picking up the match and striking it, and then, aha, let there be light. There is a misconception within us that when we are attempting to realign something, that something is missing or something is out of whack, something is to be healed, or that we are to retrieve pieces of our soul. In shamanic tradition, we call this soul retrieval or soul integration. This is, in the eyes of Lord Kuthumi, and also in the rainbow light codes, the unicorn essence, the golden ray essence, when you really connect with source energy, you come to understand that this is an illusion, because the soul is already whole. The soul is whole, perfect, complete, and beautiful soul essence simply as it is. It is the body that is, if anything, having this human earthly experience in this dimension or in other dimensions of feeling as if its members or its pieces of the body essence from all of these other lives and other experiences is somehow missing. So it's really the members or the body, the physical vehicle within the many lives and multi-dimensions that believes it is separate from source, that believes that it is separate from all of its experiences, that feels that it is broken and is free from being whole. This then has us ever searching for the members or the membering pieces of the body to remember or re-put together, when in truth we are already whole, perfect and complete and beautiful. We have just forgotten that we are. So what soul integration and soul retrieval is really all about is really free from being soul retrieval. Because again, the soul is already whole. It's more body or member retrieval and member integration or remembering. And so this parlays into the essence about the illusions of being disconnected from source and also being disconnected from our twin soul. Now, to take it into the essence of source, when we first began, and I've spoken about this before in my Lemurian interviews, so I invite you to look on my YouTube for the playlist on Lemuria and to listen to this, but I will give a brief recap here. When we originated as source energy, we then split off, if you will, from source energy into twin souls. And then as twin souls, we then split off into the many souls that we are now. And so when this occurred, in our humanness of perception here on this earth and in other lives and whatnot, we have this illusion that we somehow believe that we separated from source and that we separated from our twin soul and we separated from other souls. When in essence, again, the soul is already whole, perfect, and complete, and we are already and always connected to source and already and always connected to our twin souls and already and always connected to all that is. Every soul that is here on this earth, every essence, every mineral, every, part of nature, everything. And so in this, what really happened, instead of separating from source into twin souls, we expanded in creation from twin souls. Instead of separating from our twin soul, we then expanded into the infiniteness of many souls and many essences like trees and dirt and chairs and all of these things. And so it was an expansion rather than a separation. And so once we can understand that and have that deep inner knowing about that, the illusion of separation and somehow having to feel like you're missing something and you're constantly searching for your twin soul, that's something that's missing within you or your other half in your twin soul, it dissipates because there is no other half. Twin souls are nothing more than you share the same soul, same blueprint signature, same soul signature vibrational essence, same soul within two physical forms. That's all it is. It's an expansion rather than a separation. And so we can heal that just instantaneously by that inner knowing. And so this also goes into, I've heard many people say this when they do a meditation, and this is wonderful for where they are on the journey. And if you are just starting out and you're just, coming into awakening into who you really are as infinite consciousness, this may be where you're at on the journey. And if this is where you're at, this is okay. I'm going to give you an expansion of this so that it can help shift your consciousness into the resonance of who you really are as that infinite consciousness, which is oftentimes people will say that at the end of a meditation or at the end of a prayer or a attunement or an alignment of some sort, that they are to disconnect from source and disconnect from their angels and their guides and say thank you and send you on your way kind of thing. And the thing with that is that you cannot disconnect from that of who you are. You are source. You are made in the image and likeness of source. You and our angels and our guides are nothing more than source expressed as an angel or a guide. And they are source energy. And to say that you will disconnect from them at the end of a meditation and send them on their way is like trying to say that you no longer breathe from a human aspect. Okay. I've also heard some people say that they, disconnect from your higher self, at the end of a meditation and send your higher self, on its way or something like that. And, if that's where you are in the beginning, I honor you for where you are on the journey. However, you cannot ever disconnect from your higher self. Your higher self is your soul. And you can never disconnect from your soul. Again, the soul is the one who's in the driver's seat, utilizing this body, this temple, to experience. And a story to share with you all about this is back when my youngest son, Anthony, was small, he used to literally hate mosquitoes. And mosquitoes used to bite him all the time, and he would just get right pissed off and right frustrated. And he kept saying to me, Mom, I can't stand the mosquitoes, and I wish we could get rid of them, and this and that, and whatnot. And I turned to him one day, he was about 8, I think, and I said to him, Anthony, how can you hate that of what you are? And he just kind of looked at me and he stood there for a moment with his hands on his hips and he said, so Mom, is this another one of your spiritual lesson things? And which was kind of funny because they, my boys being raised and, knew and know who I am. So I explained to him and we had this discourse about the fact that, the mosquito is you. You are it. And when he finally realized that he is the mosquito, then the mosquitoes stopped bothering him. And so I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you to illuminate that for you in higher consciousness. Now, Lord Kuthumi or Kuthumi is an ascended master. Now, I have an article about this on my website about ascended masters, and it's part of the wisdom that I received through Source that is in my second book, Stepping into Spiritual Oneness. And it goes into the fact that we are all ascended masters. So as much as I am Lord Kuthumi and have that memory recall, so too are you. We are all world planetary consciousness awakening teachers, if you will, guides, if you will, assisting humanity to remember who we really are. And so we are already and always an ascended master already. Okay, now that's free from saying that in a sense of ego. This is free from being about an ego thing. This is like not to say, oh yeah, I'm so good, I'm better than you. No, this is not an ego thing. Okay, this is coming from an understanding and an inner knowing that we are all this Christ consciousness. We are all this infinite consciousness of Source itself. And so there's a lot of humility that comes with it. And so along with that is an understanding, and I've written articles about this as well, and I can provide links in the video description here for that, about the fact that I have written about that we are already and always ascended. The ascension symptoms that people are experiencing are really nothing more than the body adjusting to what the soul already is, and being able to encapsulate that into physical form. The truth is, the deepest truth is that we are already and always ascended. We are already ascended. We don't need to ascend somehow into our Merkaba or our light body. So these activation portals that we're experiencing of the grand sextile energies that we went through a few weeks ago, that we're going through again here on the 25th of August, 2013, and other ones that have happened, they are all planetary alignments that we are experiencing. And the thing is that it is free from being necessary to go through that specific portal on that specific date. You can transcend into your Merkaba or your light body anytime, or Merkava energy, anytime you so choose, anytime your soul is ready to be the light body it is of the soul, completely being in the driver's seat. Now, the soul is already this. It's that the body hasn't aligned with it and come into understanding that. So basically, what ascension symptoms are is that the body is simply catching up to what the soul is already in that Merkaba and assimilating it. So it's a matter of how much light and love the physical vehicle of your soul essence can be taken in. And so there are adjustment periods that happen during this. And so this is what the ascension symptoms we often talk about are all about. Now, again, it's free from being a specific date. Yes, there are specific portals that we are going through at specific times from an earthly standpoint, and these are happening cosmically and earthly. However, it is not hinged upon a specific date that you have to do this by a specific date and a specific time or a specific way or anything else. It is guided by your soul. And when your soul is ready to encapsulate more of that light within the physical body, or the light body, the Merkaba or Merkava energy. Now, in that, this can be done again at any time and anywhere. It's free from being that it has to be within a certain date because a grand sextile is occurring. And this is something that many people are coming to understand now, because I have a dear friend who does daily videos on YouTube who has made reference to this in his videos before, that, you know, he's gotten upset, as in angry, or as in sad and hurt, because all of these planetary alignments and portal activations and all of these things have come and gone, and nothing's really quote unquote happened. The mass awakening that we're looking for, you know, in humanity hasn't occurred. And so he often comes into this place of feeling powerless and upset at the fact that it's not quote unquote happening on a given date. The soul is infinite, and the soul has infinite patience. It's the body that has an expectation from ego that things are supposed to happen on a specific date or a specific time. And our consciousness of humanity has been indoctrinated into that, because we've been told, okay, it's 6 o'clock, we have to eat dinner now. Or, okay, it's 9 o'clock, that's our bedtime. Instead of going with our own intuitive soul and intuitive nature of who we really are. My own intuitive nature is I'm a night owl. I'm usually not in bed till 2 or 3 in the morning usually. Some nights later. It depends on what's flowing through me in creativity. So it's really about stepping into the soul essence rather than the body essence. And so when you're in the soul essence, you understand that there's infinite patience. It's not dependent upon earthly time constructs or, you know, earthly man-made dates of alignments that, yes, are happening cosmically, but it's not dependent upon that. So that said, in doing this alignment, you can do this alignment prayer, this alignment meditation that we're going to go into in just a few moments, anytime, anywhere, to activate and be in your light body. The essence, if you will, or the resonance that you are desiring to come into is to be in your light body fully at all earthly time. Now, again, from a soul perspective, you already and always are. It's the body that's got to catch up with the soul. Now, it helps you to really align you to who you are, which is love. This meditation that we're going to do is going to help shed the illusions of separateness, of not enoughness, that you are free from being ascended. Any doubts or worries or fears that you hold within you will now be shed, because these are illusions. They are illusions not from the sense that we don't experience them. We do experience them, and they are very real in the moment. At the same moment, they are free from being who we really are, because who we really are is soul. Who we really are is infinite consciousness. So that's why they are considered illusion. Now, there is a list of a bunch of different things that keeps us from being who we really are, that we are going to shed here at this moment as we are doing this aligning. Again, illusions of separation, and understanding that you are already and always connected. You are never apart. You are never separate. The not enoughness, any fears, doubts, and worries. Also things from an earthly perspective, things like wars or chemtrails or political issues or money issues or government this and that. Those are all earthly distractions in the matrix that keep us distracted from being who we really are. Now, that's free from meaning that if you don't choose to, or you choose to experience that from an earthly human perspective, and that's your given choice. However, that said, just understand that you are experiencing this with a knowing that you are distracting yourself from being who you really are. When you are in that resonance of soul, you are creative, you are expressive, you are giving to the world, you are sharing with the world, you are compassionate, you are loving, you are desiring to express what it is, your full soul's potential, rather than being focused on those earthly things of governments and money problems and stuff like that. Now, this is free from meaning that you stick your head in the sand and say, well, I don't know anything about it, and be ignorant. This is not what I'm referring to. You are fully aware as infinite consciousness. You're aware that these things do exist. It's not a matter of that you don't. It's more or less that you see it from the observer's point of view, in the sense of, just like in meditation, when you are shifting your thoughts to focus on receiving the wisdom from source, you allow that monkey mind to go by the wayside. So any thoughts that come in about, oh, I need to get dinner started, or I forgot to do this for the kids, or, oh, when I go to bed tonight, I have to remember to do this. You shift that focus back into your focus of just listening to what Source has to give you as a message, and being in that place of just infinite bliss and joy and love and peace. Well, it's the same thing with all of these outer distractions in the world. Things like government and money issues, you acknowledge them just like you acknowledge those thoughts in meditation, and then you simply say, okay, my solution, solution, which is S-O-U-L, the solution of the soul, is to what? Create what from that? So in other words, if you see that there's issues with chemtrails, and you observe this and you say, okay, I do acknowledge and recognize that there are issues with chemtrails. Now, what is my solution? My solution to that is to create an orgone generator with crystal and copper and metals, which help be a conduit to dissipate any chemtrails that are in my area. Or I'm going to utilize the crystal that I know I am as a crystal and energy to be a magnifier, an amplifier, and a conduit to dissipate. And my focus in meditation will be to dissipate any chemtrails that are in my area and expanding it out through the globe. That is where you then be free from distraction. That is the Buddha energy. That is the Lord Kuthumi energy of world consciousness, of world planetary consciousness, of shifting these distractions. So now we're going to slip into our natural resonance of who we already and always are. And we are going to utilize this energy and do this aligning prayer, this aligning meditative prayer. So now I invite you to close your eyes and take 4 slow, deep breaths. These are Buddha belly breaths, diaphragmic breaths, where you're breathing in and expanding your belly to its fullest potential, focusing only on the breath in this moment. And then breathing out slowly and deeply. Breathing in and capturing the essence of who you are as soul. Infinite consciousness breathing through you as you focus on your breath. Breathing out infinite love. Just focusing on your breath, knowing that Source is you, is with you, and within you in this moment, and always, in all ways. And that all of your angels, guides, which are simply Source energy in infinite forms, are now here also. And your soul essence, we also call our higher self, the soul essence of who you are as infinite consciousness, is now here also, always, in all ways. And as you continue to deeply breathe, focusing on your breath, the energies of the cosmos, of Father Sky, Prince Sky, and the energies of the womb of Mother Gaia create now a vortex of energy, the torus energy resonance and field that you are as Source, the master artist of all creation. And this vortex of energy begins in your heart center and radiates out, encompassing your whole being in your auric resonance, harmonizing you as one with Source, as you are already and always one. Visualize the energy coming simultaneously from Father Sky above of the cosmos and from below of the womb of Mother Gaia, as a shaft of rainbow ray golden light that now comes from above your crown chakra, or the Ati center, the all that is center, and also from your feet of the ground of Mother Gaia. One shaft of rainbow ray golden light from above and one from below, coming up and down and through each chakra, cleansing it, healing it, releasing it, opening it, flowering each chakra, feeling this rainbow ray of golden light, Lord Kuthumi's essence, the soul through you, to you, as you. Both rays coming now and meeting as one, blossoming in the heart chakra center. The heart center. As both rays meet, they collide in the heart center, igniting this vortex of energy. And in this vortex of energy, this resonance now residing in your heart center, radiating from within outward, sparkling, iridescent rainbow ray of golden light in your heart center. Envision a diamond within it. This diamond is a marquise diamond with 4 energy points, and yet is also multidimensional, with multidimensional facets that are clearly seen, felt, experienced within you. The 4 energy points are love, light, oneness, and language. These energy points in your heart chakra are the activating essence of the Merkaba or Merkava energy, activating your light body, the light soul essence of who you really are. This light is so bright that you are unable to see it through physical eyes. You see it with your heart and your soul. This love is the pure essence of agape love, unconditional love, fully accepting who you are as soul essence, activating the Merkava energy. The language of the soul essence as one with the Merkaba, the golden rainbow codes. This language is telepathic, heart to heart, soul to soul, and the oneness with Source, the all that is, the cosmos and everything in it and within it. And the creation of this vortex, you notice this vortex is now spinning in your heart center and spinning, radiating out, surrounding your whole auric field, creating the torus energy field of who you are. The heart center as one with the golden ray rainbow light. The heart of Mother Princess Gaia as one with Father Sky. And the heartbeat of the cosmos, the Sheekna Ayjana, the universal heart, beats within you, merging your Merkaba energy with the Sheekna Ayjana, the torus energy field circulating this vortex continuously through your auric field and through all of your infinite DNA. As this vortex now creates a portal, and this portal pulls in, within, through, and throughout all infinite dimensions, aligning your DNA and programming your DNA now with this energy. And within your being, within your soul, you telepathically will say this: as one with the Sheekna Ayjana, the universal heart, and the heart of Mother Gaia, of this torus energy resonance now within my heart chakra, my heart center. I acknowledge all of the pieces within my members, my body, my being, from this dimension and all multi-dimensions, universes, parallel universes, that have the appearance of illusion as being incomplete or missing or unaligned. I acknowledge them and bring them into me fully in this moment, knowing that they are here, right now, and always have been and always will be. There is free from being any separation, only oneness. All is already within me and always within me. I am fully remembered now, fully body, soul retrieved, fully integrated all aspects of my body members and soul, as I fully illuminate the kathumi essence of the golden rainbow rays of the light of love within me. I utilize the spiral horn of the unicorn energy to cleanse away any debris, any illusions, anything that keeps me in fear, doubt, worry, any distractions. All of this is now removed from me, utilizing the unicorn horn of spiral energy. I now invoke and evoke within me the love and light of my soul, the torus energy of Source through me, as me, in this now moment. I fully activate, invoke, evoke my Merkaba essence and infinite DNA strands within me, fully aligned and centered, being the fully ascended being that I am now. I invoke and evoke now in this moment my divine soul purpose as I allow it to channel through me, as Source reveals it to me now, and continues to call me forth to who I really am as my soul, my whole soul, fully aligned and illuminated and ascended now. I invoke and evoke the following mantra. I am all that is. I am love. I am light. I am whole, perfect, complete, beautiful, and ascended simply as I am in this now moment. As you feel this essence surrounding you core deeply, feeling your Merkaba, your DNA, the rainbow codes of energy, the unicorn essence and its horn, all embodied within you in the Lord Kuthumi, essence. This alignment is now complete. You are both the candle and the mirror that reflects it, of this flame of the golden rainbow ray of Kathumi light of love, igniting the passion within you, the fire essence, the flame, the prana, the life force within you. You are the planetary Christ consciousness of Kuthumi within you, radiating out as you, through you, as you. And now in this moment, please give appreciation to Source, your guides, your soul essence, or higher self. In appreciation for this gift bestowed upon you this day, this night, this moment, this now moment, of the gift of who you really are. I appreciate you, Source. I appreciate you, my guides and angels. Thank you. So be it, and so it is. Start to notice that your illumined body, this passion igniting within you, bringing you back more fully into the essence of the room that you're in, fully illuminated in the Merkava essence of who you are. Knowing that you can come back fully to this meditation, this alignment prayer, this activation, anytime you so choose, to experience, remember once more. Espavo.